We welcome you inside the Rock Hill Event Center in beautiful Rock Hill, South Carolina. This is the conclusion of 3 days of basketball at the 9th and 10th grade level for boys. We'll do it again this weekend, this same very venue with championships on Monday. What you're about to witness is the 9th grade Gold Division Championship for the Men's USA Basketball 2024 Club Championships. My name is Greg Rakestraw, joined by Pete Smith. In this contest, it is the PSA Cardinals against Mean Streets. It is New York versus Chicago with bragging rights on the line. Pete, you and I had a chance to be a part of this event last year when it's in Memphis. The level of basketball, as you would expect, when it's the best of the best at these two age groups across the country, it's something to behold.
We've enjoyed a whole morning and early afternoon already of watching play-in games, tournament games, and the talent level. Some of the best players in the country in each grade obviously are here because their play has shown it.
Each of these two teams had to win a semifinal contest this morning to get to this championship contest here in our main arena. Both teams swept through their pool play at an undefeated 3-0 and then won a quarterfinal contest last night, a semifinal contest this morning to get to this point. Following this game, in approximately an hour and 50 minutes, we will have the championship of the silver bracket for the 10th grade championship. This Mean Streets team, they were a 1-point winner over Howard Pulley, 59-58, while PSA Cardinals, they too were a 1-point winner against Arizona Unity. So obviously, Pete, both teams had to win very closely contested contests to get to this juncture.
All these games have been really close, Greg, to that point. I watched the PSA final, came down to the last possession. Good win there for the PSA team out of New York, with a couple New Jersey kids on the team also.
The Mean Streets team actually got to play their morning contest here on this floor against that Howard Pulley squad. 16 teams compete in the 15U, the 9th grade division. 24 teams compete in the 10th grade division. And in the 10th grade competition, we have a gold bracket, a silver bracket, a bronze bracket. In the 9th grade competition, just simply a gold bracket and a silver bracket. And again, both these teams undefeated to get to this point.
How about this facility, Greg? What a beautiful facility. There are 8 courts above the level of our main arena here in the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center, and they are having games, other games for like different levels of where you finish in the tournament. But these two have earned the honor being 5-0 this week, 3-0 in the pool play, and 2-0 in their bracket so far to get to play on the main arena floor.
This is our showcase court. So the starters for Mean Streets: Jackson Davis, Quentin Kitt, Davion Thompson, Josiah Harrington, and Howard Williams. Which of the PSA Cardinals coming up in a matter of moments: Judah Bontemps, Micah Gordon, Musa Kamisoko, Ray Fernandez, and Andrew Edu. PSA Cardinals in black, Mean Streets in white.
And Mean Streets had a few different numbers on there as the graphics were coming up there for their starting lineups here. Here we go.
Jumping at center, Fernandez.
Two 16-minute halves. You may have mentioned that. If you did, I apologize.
So same length as a high screen, but obviously in a different fashion in terms of how time is given. We'll have timeouts, but nothing of the media timeout variety, and just a 5-minute halftime in the contest. Mean Streets, this is Davion Thompson on the drive and misses. Rebound corral for the PSA Cardinals by Musa Kamisoko. 7 players in the roster for PSA Cardinals. 3 is good for PSA Cardinals for Ray Fernandez.
Plays at Iona Premp. 6'5" shooting guard. 1-3-1 half-court press, half-court trap defense. Coming back after the made basket by PSA Cardinals.
And second game of the day for each of these teams. Mean Streets was very aggressive in their press and trapping defense. We are playing a 30-second shot clock. Long jump shot does not go, but rebound corralled by Mean Streets. Shot clock resets to 20 on the miss, and the shot is good for Main Streets for Davion Thompson. Thompson attends Bolingbrook High School in the Chicago suburbs. The pull from 17 is pure. Musa Kamisoko.
I watched him play the first game. He reminds me of a young man that played for Indiana University named Jay Edwards. He's got a sweet, silky release on his jump shot.
He attends Trinity Pauling School. Baseline corner three does not go. Good length on the rebound, but last touch by Mean Streets. Off the hands of Uriah Davis. I'm going to correct that, Josiah Harrington. My apologies, Josiah Harrington. Josiah attends
pressure.
North Scott High School in Chicago.
Little full court pressure here just to make them work the ball up. You know, I also like Micah Gordon, their point guard, with the basketball out of Plainfield, New Jersey.
Players slip, turnover. Our manager crew here is remarkable. They will be on that immediately while play is continuing at the other end. How much zone, Pete, do you normally see at events like this?
You know, you see more and more now, I think, just because of the three-point line being extended out farther. We'll talk about that during the game also.
But there is Harrington. And again, we are playing the college-level three-point line. It is college rules other than the length of the game from a timing standpoint.
We're talking with the NCAA's J.D. Hamilton, how some of the kids have been a little bit confused about that line on the floor with three of them there.
No confusion there. That was from 24 feet away on the shot attempted and missed by Fernandez. So tied at 5, 3 minutes in. Shot blocked. Kamisoko on the rebound. He will take it the length of the floor. Good drive. The miss on the take. Missed opportunity for PSA Cardinals. And again, you will hear some other whistles, not necessarily from this floor, though we are somewhat separated from the other action in the building. Take to the basket and one. Musa Kamisoko gets the layup to go.
I thought Musa was the big key in their one-point victory against Arizona Union. You see here, a good crossover there to his right, gets the ball to the rim, draws the contract, has a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Already 6'8".
Plays at Trinity Pauling High School. He's from New York City.
PSA Cardinals backing all their players off the line here for this free throw attempt. And Cash is in on the old-fashioned three-point play.
Great release at the top of his shot pocket. Just has a really nice release.
It's a 2-3 zone here for PSA Cardinals.
Second time they played zone. They played a 1-3-1 the first possession after a made basket. Now they fall back 2-3 on this one.
Work against the middle of that zone. The step through. Pretty move, just could not finish. Shot taken and missed by Howard Williams. And on the break, Cardinals miss one. Rebound corralled by Quentin Kitt.
So made baskets, they're falling back zone. Misses, they're playing man-to-man. That being PSA Cardinal against Mean Street here.
Which obviously gives this team something to think about in terms of defensive recognition. And especially playing in a 30-second shot clock. Something to, again, just slow the pace of the game a little bit. Soko with the rebound. It's a little more than 4 minutes in. The pull-up from 15, not that time. Harrington's been fantastic on the glass so far for Main Street. Just one turnover so far. These two teams have taken outstanding care of the basketball. From 15, jump shot is good for Howard Williams.
One of three players that plays out of Whitney Young High School in Chicago, a very famed high school basketball program in the winters. Pop and shoot three, good play.
That's
nice
Fernandez,
play.
that's his second make from distance, and PSA Cardinals immediately take a timeout.
I saw that set coming when I watched them play in the first game today just briefly, where Fernandez stays at the top and sets what I would call a butt screen, and then just takes 2 steps back, and if they help off that butt screen, Fernandez drained it. 2 of 2 right now from behind the arc for Fernandez.
Young man from Purchase, New York. And he's 2 of the top 16 teams in the country. And all these teams that qualified to be here in this event.
Tay Streets, the head coach of this Mean Streets program. Very famed AAU basketball program in the Midwest. I had a player of mine, Matt Holba, a long time ago, play in this Mean Streets program. And they get a lot of the best players from Chicago, sometimes Northwest Indiana guys. He's assisted by Brandon Brown.
Gustave Kumari, head coach for PSA Cardinals. Joseph Brown, his assistant coach. The Main Streets bring it the length of the floor. Final game of this week for each of these two teams.
1-3-1 half-court defense again. When you've got a 6'8" guy in the point like that, that can be pretty darn effective. Kamasoko at the top. It's not a trapping kind. They're going to give him a three-point shot and make it.
And make it. Mean Streets may shoot him out of that zone. Harrington connects. Both these teams knocking it down from outside so far. Even though defensively how they have played is quite different. Again, Mean Streets has not been aggressive on the pressure defense as we saw them in the morning game here. The runner,
nice
good
left.
take. The bucket there for Judah Bontemps. Bontemps from Massapequa, New York, and plays at Uniondale High School. Really overloading one side of the floor in that zone defense. Which leads that wing three that's cashed in. Davion Thompson knocks it down. Is Main Street's going to shoot him out of this zone, Pete?
Well, they're trying to. They're really patient. They're doing a really good job of finding the open shots against that 1-3-1. Unforced turnover there pretty much. Nice pressure put on by Jackson Davis of Mean Streets. Caused the turnover there.
And again, Pete, you wonder, do you turn the pressure up more as the game goes along? Or are you trying to maybe conserve some energy? You're knowing this is your second game of the day.
Your second game of the day and 7th game in 3 days for these guys. Plus some other off-court activities they do. Nice high-low look.
The rare post up by a big in modern basketball. Doesn't get rewarded as Williams had his shot blocked by a Gid.
It was the right call, though, Greg. I mean, they saw a mouse in the house situation. He had the height advantage. Where's a
Soko a miss. Not seen much in the way of fast break opportunities, frankly, for Mean Streets against that zone. Couldn't cash in on one here. PSA Cardinals been a little more apt to run the floor. Fernandez just could not finish. And remind yourself that most of these young men will be high school sophomores next year. At this level, it doesn't look like that, given the talent and athleticism you see on the floor.
A lot of talent, a lot of athleticism, and some really good skill level by these young men.
Judah Bontemps commits the foul. Free throws coming up for Jackson Davis. Davis, Journey, Illinois, and attends Warren Township High School. Davis had 12 in the quarterfinal win for Mean Streets last night. Elijah Colon will come on. And again, normally in an AAU scenario, you'll see 8 players on a roster, maybe 9. Mean Streets 8 in uniform today. PSA Cardinals 7. And this is the end of the summer circuit for these young men.
Flare screen, yep, clear out. I saw this earlier today also. Musa.
Shot blocked, but foul call.
Got bailed out a little bit. Howard Williams on the foul. Thought he went straight up. Must have been enough contact there for the foul.
Kamisoko will shoot 2. Kamisoko and Edu, 2 tallest players in this PSA Cardinals squad at 6'8" apiece.
Now you mentioned the rare post-up that Mean Streets had 2 possessions ago. Nowadays, a post-up is basically attacking the rim on a drive compared to the old traditional way we used to see it and used to coach it when I coached.
You will still see post play involved, but the rarity is back to the basket,
right,
which you saw at the other end. That's almost like explaining to the generation or two after us, what a phone booth was at this point. On the take, playing through contact. Good look that would not go. Again, Mean Streets living up their name in terms of owning the offensive glass. That's Howard Williams. And Williams have a chance to shoot a couple of free throws.
I really like Williams' game. I know he had that shot blocked the one time he did have the back to the basket move, but he's strong around the goal, and you're going to have to foul him or have a lot of contact. Here we see the replay there. He saves the ball on the baseline, leads with that shoulder, and then turns the shoulder to initiate the contact.
Williams a miss, though, from the free throw line. You mentioned the fact one of 3 players that attend Whitney Young High School. Kalen Crudup and Noah Emanuel also players at Whitney Young.
Also an outstanding women's program at Whitney Young. Great girls basketball teams there.
Johnny Magna is in now for PSA Cardinals. The man who attends Christ the King High School.
That's a famed school in New York City. My days at 5-Star Camp, a lot of great players came out of Christ the King, including Kenny Anderson, played at Georgia Tech.
Spot up shot does not go. That was taken and missed by Micah Gordon. Not much in terms of the offensive glass so far for PSA Cardinals.
Now one and done, you're right.
Midway moment of this opening half. Not exactly been a sizable lead in either direction. I think the most we've seen, frankly, is 4. It's been a 1-possession game nearly the entire way. Step through blocked. Again, shot clock's in play here. It reset probably when it shouldn't have. Ends up not being a problem as it's rebounded by PSA Cardinals on the quick putback. Fernandez pulls from 14, no. But there is a rebound. And here is your biggest player getting to the front of the rim, and Musa Kamisoko.
Boy, nice drive. Not a lot of help defense by Main Street, just a lot of O-laying it a little bit, laying the arms out there in the driving lane, but didn't stop the basketball.
Pete, we referenced at the top of the show that both these teams played a 1-point semifinal. I guess we shouldn't be surprised by a 1-point first half.
Well, I guess in part because their shot selection's been really good, Greg, as Fernandez scores there. Or that was, I'm sorry, it wasn't Fernandez.
Magna with
Johnny
the
Magna.
drive.
Yeah.
And a timeout called by Mean Streets and a 3-point lead for PSA Cardinals. And sometimes there's not much in the way of turnovers because of a lack of defense. I don't think that's the case. But, Pete, in my mind, I've seen 2 turnovers so far in this game.
Yeah, very impressive for their 7th game in 3 days. And as I said, the shot selection, good passing. They've taken care of the ball well, as you just alluded to.
The teams now have taken a timeout here in the opening half. We'll have a special guest, and Don Showalter will join us at halftime.
What a treat that is. His experience in basketball, very familiar with Coach Showalter, and talked to him last year a lot when we were in Memphis covering this tournament. Yeah, it's a real treat to stay around at halftime and listen to Coach Showalter.
And again, we hope you're enjoying our broadcast on the USA Basketball YouTube channel. This is the place to be for the equivalent event for the women's championships for 9th grade and 10th grade coming up on Monday. As we would say, if I can make a phone booth reference, same bat time, same bat channel is where you can find us on Monday for that. Full court man pickup here for PSA Cardinals.
See out of the timeout what they run, who they're just going to try to get the ball to. Nice defense, really good defense on the ball.
Center didn't want to leave the paint, and he made the right gamble.
Yeah, Mean Street did a good job running the offense, but the better defense won there.
Caden Crudup took the 3 and missed, and a bucket at the other end for PSA Cardinals.
Elijah Colon with his first basket from Hudson Catholic.
And at 5, this is really the largest lead we have seen so far in favor of the New York-based squad.
Oh, nice back cut.
Great
Excellent.
recognition. Give the assist to Crudup. The basket to Quentin Kitt.
A really nice back cut by Kitt. That was 5-out offense where lanes were open to drive at any time, and if you saw your man overplay, the back door was there, and it was there that time.
Again, a lot of these Mean Street kids, Chicagoland kids. Kitt, as they would say in Illinois, is a downstate kid. East Peoria is where he is from. He had 21 in the quarterfinal win last night. Playing with a man advantage because the defender stumbled. So immediately, Mean Streets went right to the hoop. It'll go the other direction. PSA Cardinals get the benefit of the whistle. And our 10th grade Silver Division Championship game follows this one. We'll get a chance to see New World out of Maryland versus the Utah Prospects. If I have to tell you where the Utah Prospects are based out of, this may not be the broadcast for you. Great offense. Amasoko, the biggest dude on the floor, goes and gets it.
Did a great job of keeping the ball above his head, too, on the offensive rebound. He had earned a nice little back screen there to get him open by Fernandez on the left block.
Nice drive and dish. Time to think about that three. May have backfired for Quentin Kitt. And again, running the floor, PSA Cardinals. Secondary break, but Magna, drug that pivot foot. But it is one thing that is a separator in this game so far, Pete. It's only a two-possession game. You're seeing easier points in transition for PSA Cardinals than you are for Mean Streets.
Yep. The flip side of that also, Mean Streets not been able to really knock down a three-point shot as consistently as PSA Cardinal has, with Fernandez hitting two.
Shot blocked. Kamisoko again, a difference maker. Second chance miss. And the immediate outlet. Kamisoko runs the floor, no. Second chance, no. Third chance leads to free throws, and the longest and leanest maybe has been the best so far in this game today.
He was like a pogo stick there, Greg, on those offensive putbacks. He missed the second one, but got the third shot up before he got fouled there, as he got fouled there.
And again, this is a live recruiting period for Division I coaches. So there are a lot in the building. Obviously, there's certain times you can contact a player in terms of their respective age. But he's doing this with some influential eyes watching him, let's put it that way.
We have talked to a lot of them today during the morning. We got here early to watch the action, get ourselves oriented to this beautiful Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. And again, great facility. There's 8 other games going on. Or I'm sorry, 7 other games going on right now. They have one of the courts blocked off for the coaches area for hospitality, and it's also a pretty good viewpoint there.
7-point lead, large of the game. In favor of PSA Cardinals. Turning down the trailer 3, then for the contested 2, and that went about as well as you would have thought. Kamisoko having an impact on both ends of the floor. Tough take in traffic that does not go for Gordon.
Well, Gordon has not scored yet, and Gordon scored a bunch in their semifinal win to get to this championship game.
And the rare transition opportunity for Mean Streets as Davion Thompson got it to go. He had 9 in the quarterfinals, and now Mean Streets throws a little 1-2-2 zone look here. First time we have seen them trot this out.
They've not had to be very patient on offense. They weren't that time.
Shot does not go. And again, Fernandez has been the player that's knocked down a 3 or 2 for this PSA Cardinals squad, and he's on the bench currently. So it'll be a good time to trot out that zone look for Mean Streets. It has, and these games move quickly.
Well, good back cut, but it wasn't there. The cut was there, but you don't throw it if he's not there, and he wasn't there.
Bontemps finds Kamisoko. Kamisoko, given how he is playing today, is going to find himself on some attention of recruiting across the country.
We're down to under 3 minutes in this first half already. It's just been very good, solid play.
The pull-up 3, no. And Magna, the uncontested rebound. Kamisoko, no.
So that was definitely a heat check.
Right. Well, frankly, he's played so hard on both ends. He's earned that one.
I got him for 13 points here at this stage in the game.
Williams with the basket. And we have a stop in play. It's because Jackson Davis down behind the play. Take a look at Kamisoko with the finish on the flush.
Yeah, not a lot of transition points or fast break points, I should say. There's probably as good a one as they've had, either team really.
I mentioned it, Kamisoko with 13 of the 26 so far for PSA Cardinals. Ray Fernandez, the only other player that has more than a basket. It has been much more balanced on the attack for Mean Streets. A pair of threes for Harrington. 5 points so far for Howard Williams. And again, even for as well as PSA Cardinals have played to this point, just a 5-point game. But you also notice on your screen in terms of number of fouls, because of the amount of zone that has been played so far, not a lot of fouls here. Again, first real extended pressure for Mean Streets.
It's kind of like a 2-2-1 full court pressure.
This is a very effective press in a shot clock scenario. Try to get a team to take more than 10 seconds to get that ball across half court, delay them getting in their half court set. Fernandez is back in to shoot against that zone, and he made his first couple. Drops that one. Chance to make it a one-score game for Mean Streets. And the basket is good. That is Caden Crudup. He had 4 in the quarterfinal win last night.
6'4" rising sophomore from Whitney Young. And again, 1-2-2 half court defense by Mean Street. Close, close, close.
Contested 3, no. And that switch to his own defense has paid benefits for Mean Streets.
Good ball movement.
On the take, drawing contact, whether it's entry pass or on the dribble drive, Mean Streets is also doing a much better job of getting downhill in their offense.
Well, they've got great spacing on the floor, too. So he can go to his left or to his right. And obviously, these guys don't do a lot of scouting reports per se. With Thompson being a lefty, he went to his left after he gave the ball fake to his right.
But you know, it's funny. You mentioned scouting reports. It's a very fair statement. But at the same time, these kids play so many national events, even at this age.
You're right.
I guarantee you, they have seen each other at some point in time on the circuit at some point this summer.
You know, when I coached, Greg, I always told lefties, you have an advantage because players are used to guarding right-hand players in one-on-one situations. And Thompson took advantage of it there.
Both free throws connected upon by Davion Thompson.
And again, they fall back Mean Streets into the 1-2-2. Let's see if PSA Cardinal can find an open 3 or get a basket inside the paint somehow. Deep.
One pass possession does not lead to a basket. Now a chance for Mean Streets to take the lead if they can hang on to the basketball. And on the drive, before the shot, foul called on the floor. Again, just the 4th foul against PSA Cardinals.
That was Davion Thompson on that drive. I think he must have heard me say he's a left-handed player because that time he did a great job going to his right. The skill level of these young men, here you see him there keeping it with his right hand, draws the initial contact right there before the shot. They'll get the ball out of bounds on a box set out of bounds underneath the basket.
Under a minute to go here in the half.
2-3 zone by PSA Cardinal.
Frankly, both teams have been better playing his own defense. But a scene created and a follow-up bucket by Howard Williams.
He's got 7 now, Williams, on the rebound put back. Their first lead since early in the game.
10-second difference. Shot clock and game clock. But this change to a zone by Mean Streets has completely taken PSA Cardinals out of their offensive rhythm. Another deep 3 that is good. Judah Bontemps. Well, there's a saying in baseball that to me applies here. Momentum is the next day's starting pitcher. Momentum in basketball now is the next made 3-point shot. Clock is on your screen. Has to go. Pull on target. No, and that is the end of the half. Well, PSA Cardinals will take a 2-point lead to halftime at 29-27 over Mean Streets. And again, halftime in this is not much. It's 5 minutes. Pete, your overall impressions of the opening 60 minutes of play?
Very well played. You hit it on the head. The zone defensive change that Mean Streets did about 2/3 of the first half, the last 2/3 of the half going that way, really slowed down the momentum of PSA Cardinal. They finally hit a 3 there at the end. That's their third 3 of the contest that Bontemps hit. Fernandez hit a couple early, but I would be surprised if Mean Streets stays in that zone or some kind of half-court zone here.
In terms of changes for half number 2, again, you're going to see more of the 1-3-1 and 2-3. Anything else that strikes you as things to do differently in half number 2?
No, you've got guys that, yes, you practice. Don't get me wrong, you practice, but you've got guys that are from all over the state, all over 2 states in regards to the New York team, the PSA Cardinals team. You can't really change too much on the fly. I think you go what got you here. Both teams 5-0 coming into this game. So,
scoring in the first half for Mean Streets: Davis a point, Kit with 2, Davion Thompson with 7, Josiah Harrington with 6, Howard Williams with 7, Caden Crudup with 2. For PSA Cardinals, Judah Bontemps with 5, Ray Fernandez with 6, 2 each for Johnny Magna and Elijah Colon, which that leaves 14 points for Musa Kamisoko.
best player in the half in the first half, best player on the floor.
There has been little doubt about that. Well, again, we'll be back to live action coming up in just about 2 or 3 minutes or so, but a quick chance to catch up with Don Showalter from USA Basketball and talk about kind of the various different things that we have going on with our event here today. Don, it's good to see you. How you doing?
Great.
Tell us about everything that is taking place here. Again, we've got this game, I think, pretty well covered, but in terms of the variety of events, more than just basketball, what is taking place here this week?
Well, the NCAA has their academy, which is individual team or individual player thing where they come and just and play in front of coaches, and then of course there's to go along with that. There's the junior college event. There's the and there's some teams here from FIBA, so it's really a wide range of players and from all the way to high school graduates down to the young players, which we got here.
From a life skills standpoint, what are some of the things, again, other than basketball, that the organization is trying to impart while these student athletes are here this week?
The NCAA is really doing a good job with life skills, and a lot of that involves parents as well, which the parents have to be educated as well. But we're putting in some life skill things as far as we range. The range is great for anywhere from figuring out nutrition and sleeping habits all the way up through financial and how the NIL works and how the NCAA fits into that whole thing. So really a wide range of things off the court, which the players, they go into it maybe thinking this isn't all that interesting, but I know they come out of those. I've talked to some players that come out of those sessions and are really really glad that they've had those, because now they're much more informed, and that's what the educational piece is really important with these kids. What they need to know and how they need to do things.
Don, why is it important that USA Basketball is in this space?
Well, I mean, we're the governing body for basketball. So years ago, we weren't in this space, and I think the more we are, it kind of sets a standard for not only players and coaches, but certainly sets a standard, high level of standard for what we expect and how we run events and just the overall feeling of, hey, it's a first class event for the kids to run. So I think USA Basketball certainly needs to be in this space.
Don, before we let you go, Pete and I are lucky. We have done multiple of these events, and you guys are ridiculously kind to us in terms of the amount of USA Basketball gear that both of us now own. We are going to be very much in fashion for the upcoming Olympic Games coming up for the next couple of weeks.
Right.
But one of the few things that we don't have are USA Basketball shorts like the ones you're rocking now. Think you can help us out with that?
I'll tell you what, I'll try my best.
Appreciate it. Don, thanks for the time.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the second half and
You
enjoy
bet.
the second game today.
Thanks to you guys for doing this. I really appreciate it.
You got it. Don Showalter again with USA Basketball, kind enough to join us here at halftime. Pete, what do you think we'll see here early in half number 2?
Well, let's see if Mean Street opens up the second half, mixing defenses like they did the first half. They played some 2-3, played some 1-3-1. I thought that really got them off to a decent start. But, basically I think they've got to knock down shots, PSA Cardinals, against the zone that Mean Street puts on against them. Mean Street actually was the one that faced the 1-3-1 and the 2-3 for a while. Did a pretty good job. Here's the 1-3-1 to start out the second half by PSA Cardinals in the black uniforms if you're just joining us.
Harrington, Davis up top.
A little bit more of a trap than we saw in the first half out of it.
And again, that could be the case for both these teams. Edu is in there, who played very briefly just early in the half to give a little more size to PSA Cardinals. Tough spot in the middle of that zone, but another rebound for Mean Streets. And Fernandez tracks it down, and that was Howard Williams. They got a good look, couldn't get it to go.
He's done a great job on the offensive board, just hasn't connected on a few of those putback attempts.
Gordon, good look, couldn't hit it.
Micah Gordon still scoreless here in this contest.
Count the basket for Howard Williams, and he's fouled by Gordon. So Williams adds to his point total. Listed on the roster as a shooting guard.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Frankly, he has been an undersized 5, and he's been outstanding at it.
He's been the only player that's really made a back-to-the-basket move when he gets inside the charge circle down there in the free throw lane.
Well, you made a good point as we studied various teams for this event, not knowing who exactly we might see this afternoon. You can count on one hand the number of guys that list themselves as a center at this point. Fernandez misses. Ray Fernandez hit his first couple, hasn't found the rhythm since that time.
Nice.
Offensive foul.
Yeah, wonderful job there by Gordon getting in front of the ball and taking the charge there.
Josiah Harrington, and comes up a little gimpy. Quickly the trainer will be out to assist him. And Harrington will head to the sidelines as Caden Crudup, who had a bucket in the first half, will replace him. Mean Streets with a 1-point lead.
And Mean Streets starting the second half, second possession again on the 1-2-2 zone. And so far, the New York squad has really struggled getting good looks at it. They hit a 3 right before halftime.
Shot clock at 7. The pull by Fernandez is good. Let's see if that kind of gets him back on track. His first 2-point field goal, he's got 8 for the game. 1-3-1 with even more length in this zone defense, but a seam found, but a basket missed. Edu will track that down for PSA Cardinals. Tommy Soko from 15.
Pretty easy shot there for Musa.
Again, if he's hitting that from mid-range, look out.
Yeah, he can score all 3 ways. He's got a very, very good game.
How do you beat this 1-3-1 with such length coming at you?
You make baseline cuts up to that elbow, and they just haven't made that cut yet, but they'll figure it out, I think, before we're done.
And frankly, if you're going to put, from the PSA Cardinals standpoint, 6'8" at the top and 6'8" in the middle, that means you don't have 6'8" on the back end. There's a chance for loose change like we just saw for Mean Streets.
Yeah, and if you fake a pass, you can get that defense to spread out and extend themselves, and that'll give some driving lanes. You just have to connect on them.
Connected on by Quentin Kitt. Kitt from East Peoria, Illinois. For certainly a metropolitan area, but not one the size of Chicago, but what a run Peoria has had over the years in terms of producing outstanding basketball players. And we're seeing this trap kind of in 3-quarter court fashion for Mean Streets. Kamisoko, no. There's Magna, the weak side glass. Fernandez.
Yep, you knew it was deflected there.
It was deflected. He could go get it.
Yep.
Shot clock down to 11. Tough shot by Magna. Crudup in for Harrington. So Crudup gets some extra minutes here. Good body control to avoid contact that time by Gordon.
I was getting ready to put my arm up like that's going to be a shooting foul, but good job of controlling his body, yeah.
Had a chance to watch a buddy of mine's college's Division I team workout earlier this week. And he talked about, we're not flying by, we're not jumping at them. We're getting to the point and we're going straight up.
Yeah. The verticality rule has really
correct.
Been, it's good. Deflection. The deflection. Second possession in a row, but they do get the steal. No, they don't.
That looked like a turnover waiting to happen. Instead, it's a dunk for PSA Cardinals.
The turnover turned into a dunk.
On the drive, give it to him. Again, it's Williams. He's just hanging around the bucket, getting all the loose change. While Kamisoko is putting on a show, Williams is also a young man that I'm sure is garnering the attention of the college coaches in the building.
Okay, here's the opportunistic. Oh, that was the one that, that PSA Cardinals took advantage of. But I tell you, I like how Williams really attacks the rim. He's missed some shots around the rim, but not because of not doing things right. Been strong around the basket, a little bit long on some. Got a nice stroke at the free throw line. I've got him now 3 of 4 at the free throw line, including 2 old-fashioned three-point plays. 1-2-2 full court press by Mean Streets.
It's our 9th grade men's club championship. Largest lead has been 7. Edu. Andrew Edu lays it up and in.
Pataskaway, New Jersey. Attends Arts High School. 2-3 zone now.
The 3, no. Crudup kept it alive. Kamisoko couldn't track it down. Extra pass leads to a layup. Give the assist to Davis, the bucket to Quentin Kitt.
Yeah, nice job by Jackson Davis. Could have shot it. The better shot was his teammate's shot.
Yeah, Edu got a head start. You make one basket, you start getting aggressive for the next one, and you and I have a great friend that likes to say he's got a new book out called 3 Quick Steps to an Easy Basket. Edu went with that one right there. Again, a rare turnover in this game. But it's also, again, Mean Streets is trying to pick up the pace a little bit, but this has largely been kind of a half-court,
it has
grinded-out game. 6th game of the week for these squads. They're used to that this time of year. Blocking foul going to be called against Micah Gordon.
Again, I talk about AAU coaching sometimes off the air, on the air. Both these teams, though, definitely have plans. They have defensive strategies put in. Offensively, they know what to do. Nice job by both teams' coaches here.
There is often a negative connotation associated with being an AAU coach, not at this level, not at this high of a national level. Right. Gordon the rebound on the weak side glass. Of note, that's Harrington back out there. Good to see he's back on the floor. That's a long 2 that does not go. And Davis rebounds down from the guard position. Little run and jump trap here by Mean Streets, or by PSA Cardinals, excuse me.
Yeah, they've got him in man-to-man defense now. PSA Cardinals in man-to-man. Let's see what Mean Streets. It'll be an ISO. Yep, it's an ISO.
Good hands. Good dig that time by Cologne. Kamisoko. Love the unselfishness. Got it back to the guard. Well done.
And great spacing. They got free throw line extended. Both sides of the free throw line to spread the one defender out. He couldn't guard both of them. Nice job on the break.
And transition points early were key for PSA Cardinals. Not so much late. That's a rare opportunity in the second half.
And we're down to 10 minutes in regulation here this second half. Let's see who gets tired.
Oh, my.
He's not tired. Howard Williams.
And how about the way that he angled to keep the shot blocker at bay in Kamisoko?
Yeah, very, very nice job. And we made reference earlier in the first half. He's listed as a shooting guard. He is more of a slashing guard. Maybe the SG is slashing guard because he's slashed to the basket and really attacked the rim and the glass very hard.
I remember having a conversation with a former Division I head coach one time. So maybe he's too much of a 3 or a 4. He goes, we got a terminology for those guys. They're called ball players.
Yeah.
He's a ball player.
Yeah.
Williams gets the basket. 1-2-2 pickup. Again, just trying to, he'll take the turnover certainly, which just happens here, but this is largely just kind of slowed him down, but a turnover cashed in by Mean Streets.
You mentioned this earlier. Look how fast the managers of this USA basketball program come out and get the floor dried up. They're always thinking about safety first, quality of the court. They do a great job of getting out there. Johnny on the spot to get this court ready to go again. And beautiful Rock Hill, South Carolina.
It's like a Formula One pit crew. 2.5 seconds. Out of the gate they go.
Okay. This time they post up. Williams back to the back move, back to the basket move.
And draws contact.
Yep. Nice call from the bench. Nice call. That was a set play there called by Coach Streets of Mean Streets.
And let's face it, he's listed at 6'6". He's got 3 years of high school left. That could change by the time he's done with high school.
Right.
But if not, the modern game has changed. You can be a difference maker as a 4 or a 5 at 6'6" these days.
Absolutely. Especially in the high school years. Yeah, especially in the high school years. Yes.
15, 20 years ago, if you were a 6'6" power forward, you'd say, hey, there's maybe a nice low Division I program for you. You'd be a small college star. It's not the case necessarily anymore. Williams makes them both. The largest lead was 7 for PSA Cardinals towards the back half of the first half. Almost a steal. It is a steal. And it is a bucket for Mean Streets. Quentin Kitt. The steal belonged to Davion Thompson.
PSA Cardinals may be looking for a timeout here after this steal. They're just out of whack.
Thompson got fouled by Fernandez. Thompson just going to take a minute to make sure he's all right. It'll be free throws coming up for Davion Thompson.
Now here we see the break there. Takes it up strong, leads with that arm out there, just got up in the air, inadvertent contact, a foul.
Thompson 9 points, the quarterfinal win last night. Connects on that one.
Good stroke.
A very balanced effort for Mean Streets. Williams has been their star tonight.
Okay, what the delay is that there's going to be a timeout called after this made free throw. The official was recognizing the timeout, and he was asking for it to be after he shoots the free throw, one way or the other.
And he does not freeze the free throw shooter. And now gets the timeout taken. And all of a sudden, Pete, it is a 7-point game. It's a 9-2 run that Mean Streets is currently on.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of forcing turnovers, and PSA Cardinals is they're not getting shots off on every possession like they were earlier in the game that got them the lead early in the contest. If you joined us, PSA Cardinals led most of the first half. And then towards the end, they put on a zone defense that kind of took Mean Streets, that is, took PSA Cardinals out of their offense. They missed some threes. Luckily, they hit a 3 right at the end of the first half. Judah Bontemps, who I mentioned earlier, I apologize, he's attending Christ the King High School. Judah hit a 3 to put the Cardinals up by 2 at halftime, 29-27. But the second half, Mean Streets has controlled the action. Give Howard Williams a lot of credit for that. He's got 11 points already, including 5 of 5 at the free throw line, Howard Williams. There's a good look at Judah Bontemps. One of the 2-point guards typically in the game right now, Micah Gordon on the bench. Micah not having a good offensive game.
Foul going to be called against Mean Streets. Again, this is the first time in the game that we have seen the level of pressure they displayed early against Howard Pulley in their semifinal win.
Right, and I like the fact that they came out after that timeout they built this lead up to 7, and they didn't play passive. Okay, got a foul, but right now it's like, okay, we're going to keep the momentum going and be aggressive. They're going to play the 1-2-2, which has been their bread and butter defensively.
Well, frankly, that's been a game changer. Kamisoko stripped. Now the defender in Kit was standing out of bounds when he touched the ball. It'll remain PSA Cardinals ball.
Yeah, the zone kind of has limited Kamisoko to get shots up. He had a great first half, has been quiet. He's got 4 points this second half. 2 16-minute halves in USA basketball.
Left-handed runner does not go. And the undersized Mean Streets team doing a good job,
yeah, they have,
of keeping PSA Cardinal off the boards. Good basket cut. And scoring through Fernandez is Jackson Davis.
That was a great back cut by Davis. His first field goal, I have him in the contest, and what a good time to have it for him.
Lead grows to 9. Kamisoko on the drive. There are things in the game that come awfully easy to that young man.
Great quick first step, and like I said, I love his jump shot. He's been driving the ball more than he did in their semifinal win, where he was hitting some jumpers.
That is a name you'll be hearing about in the next few years. The lefty step through. Creative way to get a good-looking shot, but it did not fall.
Kamisoko, great defense on that end. Didn't go for the ball fake, stayed on his feet.
Quick hands. The pick by Main Streets. And then Edu commits the foul.
Edu tried to do everything right there. He truly did, but the contact was initiated there by Thompson on the drive. Not supposed to let the offense really initiate the contact and get away with it, but usually they let you play through it. Thompson did a good job there drawing that foul on Idu.
So Davion Thompson in the line to shoot 2. Just made a couple and connects on that one.
I've been impressed with both teams, how they've knocked down free throws too. Sometimes when you get in club basketball, like we're playing our club championships here, sometimes the free throw shooting lacks a little bit to be desired, but they have knocked them in.
And makes them both. So the lead expands to 9. Again, this is a 16-point turnaround. Say about the 4 or 5 minute mark of half number 1.
I'm going to call it right here. Micah Gordon really needs to get going here. So impressed with him in the semifinal win. He just checked back in. Yet to score here. The Plainfield, New Jersey guard. He's got the ball right now.
Here comes the trap. Gordon has it taken away at the other end. And maybe when you're a sophomore or junior, that goes down. Missed by Quentin Kitt. Gordon, there's the bucket. And let's see if that is a pivotal turning point in this game, because that slam makes it a double-digit game if it goes down.
That layup, it would have been a layup. All he had to make 2 points, but I get it, the thrill of getting an opportunity to dunk it. There's a foul right there. He got in the hole.
Edu.
Yeah.
Got his arm wrapped around the post player.
I got to give Howard Williams some credit, though, as he did a duck in and jump to the middle of the paint. He almost baited Idu to grab him on the arm. It's going to be the 1-and-1, something we did not see in the first half. 1 in the bonus.
Left it short, but Kitt was quickest player to it and got fouled. And frankly, you don't see much of the 1-and-1
No.
anymore. Again, college free throw rules for this. This is of 2 shots. Maybe some tired legs you're seeing here.
A little bit quick on that shot. He shot that ball like it was a hot potato. Remember Time Bomb? I know younger people don't, but there used to be a game called Time Bomb where the bomb would blow up before you could get rid of it out of your hands. He was awful quick on that one. Much better on that one. Took his time, knocked it in.
You're not referencing the song from the mid-90s in Time Bomb? That's what the Time Bomb you're talking about?
I'm not, no. There's a little black ball that...
I know the game of what you're talking about, too. 8-point lead. Again, the intensity picked up defensively. When in doubt, find Kamisoko, and he's fouled.
Gordon with a good feed there after they got out of the trap.
And Pete, you would think, barring a layup, the ball needs to be in number 5's hands at some point in the possession every time down for PSA Cardinals.
Yeah, he was great in the first half, scored in double figures. He's got 6 this second half.
Left that one shy of the target. In our 10th grade silver bracket championship. Comes your way approximately 3:45 Eastern time. Stay right where you are.
I've got him for 20 now, Kamisoko.
Really only Williams is in his bracket in terms of scoring in this game for Mean Streets, and that's the post matchup right now. A little show and go, but
he did.
Traveled, drug that pivot foot.
Kamisoko did a good job of sliding to his right to cut off the initial, and then when Williams came back, he drug that pivot foot. Oh, wow.
But then the giveaway and a free basket. Found money for Mean Streets.
Quentin Kitt with that basket there. Johnny in the spot, right place.
Well, as talked about, unless it's the layup, find 5. You find 5, you find a dunk. Kamisoko gets the basket. Stay tuned following this game. There will be a medal and championship presentation to our 9th grade championship and an offensive foul against Davion Thompson.
Super job defensively there by Johnny Magna, one of the 2 Christ the King players here for this PSA Cardinals team. Did a great job staying in front of the ball. A little shove off. And Mean Street's going to stay in the 1-2-2. It's been very effective. It's limited 3-point baskets being made. Fernandez made 2 early.
Chance to make it a 2-score game here. Bontemps finds a window and got bailed out.
Well, he did a good job of getting in the air, and he floated back into the defensive player and drew the foul. Judah Bontemps will shoot 2.
Bontemps, 2 free throws coming up. Bontemps with 5 points in tonight's game. He has not scored here in half number 2. He has now. A little strategy session while Bontemps is shooting that free throw. So let's see if there's a bit of a defensive wrinkle coming here for PSA Cardinals after the make or miss.
Well, the slippery slope to that is that they're in the 1-1. Mean Streets is. They're in the bonus the rest of this contest.
On the drive and fouling against Bontemps.
See, Bontemps was shooting the free throw. I think their coach, Coach Kamari, was trying to get them to drop off a little bit, let some time run off and not foul, send them to the line. And I think Bontemps may not have got that message because he was at the line shooting the free throws.
Thompson has been there a lot as of late. In fact, his last 7 points in the game have all come from the stripe.
5 of them here in the second half, the last 5.
And he is a perfect 8 of 8 from the stripe in this game. He's got a baker's dozen for 13 points.
This zone has been the big game changer. When they stuck to this 2-3 zone, Mean Streets has really negated PSA Cardinals.
The 3 is good. Bontemps found just enough space to get that past Caden Crudup.
Judah's second.
2-possession game. Harrington to answer no, and Gordon the rebound. So a swing moment here.
There's the guy that should have the ball for him.
He missed it, but he's fouled. Kamisoko, let's hope he is all right. He is kind of down in an awkward position. Quickly hops back up, seems to be all systems go.
He's just so silky smooth.
Well, let's think about his length.
Yeah.
when he is attacking the basket. Pete, he's wing to post at 2 steps.
Something I'm not very familiar with.
You or I both.
As players, that is. But luckily, I had some kids that could do that like him. This young man, this whole team, both teams. These are 9th graders if you're just joining us on USA Basketball.
Howard Williams, he's been the key cog for Mean Streets. He comes back in. And Harrington has not been the same since had a bit of a lower leg issue in this half.
Sat out a couple minutes, came back in, but hasn't been as effective. It's going to be a lane violation on both players, I think. I think they got Bontemps. Bontemps kind of faked to step in, and that caused Howard Williams to step in, and the official saw it and caught it. No argument by Bontemps. He kind of knew he had done that.
Full court pickup by PSA Cardinals. And frankly, it's a guard-heavy lineup that Mean Streets plays. On the turn, clean block, but again, Williams just sticks with it, hangs around, and gets the bucket to go.
Yeah, it's a great turn. Stick-to-itiveness. He's got stick-to-itiveness. And now man-to-man defense, switching defense now, going to try to play him straight up. They've got some fouls to give Mean Street if they do get beat on the drive.
Bontemps, tough shot. There's Williams again. And frankly, you'll take the layup if you can get it. No need to be in a hurry with a 6-point lead.
No, that was too quick a shot for him. Overall, they've controlled the pace pretty well. And there's my guy, Gordon. There he is right there.
Just his second made field goal.
It's a real good job. Shows the ball, brings it back into the shot pocket. Williams goes for the show, gets called for the foul. So they chip back into it. Could be a 3-point contest here. A 1-possession game if he makes his free throw, but a little tired, a little short.
He is now 0 of 3 from the stripe as Gordon. Sav Kumari, Joseph Brown, the coaching staff for PSA Cardinals.
Ooh, that's a good place to trap, but they decided to stay just straight man-to-man.
High Streets, Brandon Brown, the coaching staff for Mean Streets.
Yeah, good possession. Taking some time off the clock. Traveled, yeah.
Switched to feet.
The move he tried to make, we used to call it the Bernard King move, heel pivot. He made a heel pivot, and then he slipped his foot back on the heel pivot.
How many of the current players do you think know who Bernard King is?
Oh, gosh.
You and I know exceedingly well.
Well, what a great player.
I love the reference, though. The layup is good for Johnny Magna. Maybe the New York kids might know about Bernard King.
Yeah. Even though he did play at Tennessee, he was a schoolboy legend.
And associated with, of course, the Knicks, amongst other teams. 2-point game. Is that off his leg? No. Stripped by the PSA Cardinals.
Yep.
But this is as close as this has been in some time. And a timeout taken by Mean Streets.
We haven't mentioned it, but both these teams qualified for this championship game of the silver division, silver bracket, with 1-point wins earlier this morning. So they're used to be playing close games. They've used to winning them so far in this tournament, in this club championship.
And both these teams are 5-0 coming in. So they have not tasted defeat. Last night in the quarterfinals, PSA Cardinals, they went over the Atlanta Celtics, 76-69. Mean Streets was a 92-71 winner over West Coast Elite.
And Greg, I apologize. This is the gold division. I said silver division. We've got the silver division championship coming up after this game for the 10th grade. This is the gold division championship. So both these teams undefeated, as you just alluded to.
These teams again play on Tuesday. PSA Cardinals, a 55-54 win against Team Thrill. A 65-62 win against Select Basketball. You can see the Utah Prospects getting ready for our silver bracket championship game for the 10th grade division. Hello, fellas.
Always looking good for the camera. A long way from home. Utah, Colorado.
The 1-year older group of that Utah Prospects program won the Adidas championship in this building 2 weeks ago. They don't mind making that trip.
Okay, they're playing 2-3 zone after this possession, that being the PSA Cardinals. Now they just switched to man out of it.
The pull, the connection.
Got to stay in front of the basketball. Nice basket there by Davion Thompson.
Thompson has done most of his damage from the line, but he hits the big two, back to a 2-score game.
Plenty of time. We're down to 3 minutes in regulation. Got to get the ball moving now. Shot clock still at 15. Good shape.
On the drive, shot blocked. It'll remain with PSA Cardinals and the shot clock at 9.
You know, I credit Mean Streets with a lot of good defense. They played zone most of this game, but Gordon just has not found any seams to get to like he did in their win earlier this morning. Man defense out of bounds. Could get a slip in if someone slips the lane. Didn't take advantage of the inbounds pass. Hit the out of bounds line, hit the baseline as the pass was coming in to Bontemps. That's a tough turnover. Man-to-man defense put on full court here by PSA Cardinals. And there's the trap. Great. Yeah, they didn't get the rotation up. That's a great place to get that trap and get a potential steal where the ball was thrown into. Two-man game, Pop and Pip.
Shot clock at 14. Williams got bailed out. Edu commits the foul. Frankly, Williams went a little quicker than he needed to in that scenario.
Yeah, he's had 2 travels here in the second half, and he's played so well under control for most of the game, but of late, a couple travels. That time, as you mentioned, Greg, he got bailed out. That was probably going to be a bad shot or a block shot.
And again, when you play at this level of AAU basketball, you are used to the shot clock scenarios. Now across the country, you see kind of different variations whether your state plays shot clock basketball or not, but that's one where time and score tells you, hey, you want to go with about maybe 10 on the shot clock there. You're nursing a 4-point lead. However, if you tell the coaching staff, hey, this trip's going to end with 2 free throws, you'll take that.
Yeah, any time in the game. I mean, you like to burn a little bit of clock with a lead, but get a couple of free throws, particularly the way Williams has shot them today. I hope I didn't jinx him.
Even impervious to the broadcaster jinx. 61-55. This was down to 2 a moment ago. Doesn't have to be a 3 this time down, but it needs to be points and it needs to be quick.
Just have not gotten Fernandez any good looks after the start when he made 2 quick ones.
And if you're going to see Kamasoko take a shot,
you're really
that's where you
yeah.
want to see it if you're a Mean Streets fan. Is that spot up from 17. Thompson, again, you're going to take the layup.
Great stop-and-go dribble by Davion Thompson. Everyone just kind of stood up defensively.
And then the block of Cologne at the other end. Mean Streets is told, guys, slow it down. There has not been a double-digit lead in this game. There could be at the end of this possession. Shot clock at 15.
Clear out, clear out. Clear out for Thompson. 2-man game.
Lost the handle. Kamasoko on the drive.
Yep.
Blocking foul.
Yeah, started to fall back a little bit when Musa was on the drive, and Musa's length, he got over the top of him, so it looked like he slid underneath and gets charged with a blocking foul there. Right idea, good try. Don't want to give him a straight layup here. Let's take a look at just a little turn. Little turn, he kind of left the floor as the defender, Jackson Davis, tried to take the charge there. But it was the right play by Davis, good idea.
Kamasoko connects. 23 now for Kamasoko.
Judah Bontemps back in the game. A little bit of defensive pressure here. That'll be put on. Replaces Elijah Cologne.
Both teams in the bonus at this point. If we have a held ball, it goes the way of PSA Cardinals. And now a timeout taken by the team that's trailing by 6 points. It is a full timeout. Can you still play this one out defensively, or are you thinking about fouling here?
No, I think you play out this possession. You're still over a minute. You play out this possession. You deny the inbounds pass. You be there defensively. But as soon as you get to the half court, you don't want to get beat and have to give help, particularly the way, I know we've mentioned his name a lot, but Davion Thompson's just had a tremendous second half. First, he hurt PSA Cardinals at the free throw line, making his first 5 points of the half from the line. And then the last 2 drives have been really, really smart basketball by Thompson.
In our next game, they'll follow this one. New World of Maryland, the Utah Prospects. That is the Silver Bracket Championship game for the 10th grade division. Here for the Men's Basketball Club Championships of USA Basketball. We'll do the same for the women, the 9th and 10th graders, coming up on Monday afternoon. Be sure to join us then.
Take a look at the coaches. I think they're talking to Fernandez about if you get a good look at a 3, you're our best 3-point shooter option on the floor. Made 2 early in the contest, and ever since then, the zone defense kind of matched up to him very well that Main Street's played. Now they're playing back man-to-man. Let's see if they can get him open on one of those pick-and-pop plays next possession. First, though, they have to play defense.
Davis can run the baseline. Harrington in a tough spot.
Yeah, real tough.
But Main Streets will break the pressure.
And they'll bring it out.
Clear the time stripe. They'll make PSA Cardinals come get them.
Well, they should get a trap here pretty fast, I'd say.
Williams.
Yeah, great play. That may have been the backbreaker right there. They took some good time off the clock and got a basket.
So Williams makes it back to an 8-point game.
Long.
Namasoko. No.
Shot on the way up.
Thompson. And Magna gives the foul. And given the free throw streak that Thompson has been on, it's exactly what you wanted to see from the Main Street's perspective.
Yeah, I got him down for, 3 through 6, 8 of 8 so far in the contest here.
He's got 17 points. 10 of those coming in the second half.
Really good job of breaking the press by Jackson Davis on that last play.
Thompson connects yet again. And Thompson from Shorewood, Illinois, Bolingbrook High School, western suburbs of Chicago. Makes them both. And a 10-point lead for the first time.
He and Williams have just been great on offense for this Mean Streets team.
Nothing flashy. They've just done everything right.
You do not want to foul here with 36 seconds to go and stop the clock. Give them a chance to get some offense going here after they made a couple free throws here. If you were Mean Streets, that was not a good foul. Rather almost give them the 2-point than stop the clock.
Bontemps makes the first of 2. Misses the second. And fouled immediately. Is Davion Thompson. And the math is not checking out that much for PSA Cardinals at this point. Feel like you're one stop away if you're Mean Streets.
Yeah.
From putting this in the win column. Their 6th of the week. And one that will net them the Men's Club Championship. USA Basketball for the 9th grade division.
Yeah, I go back to the timeout they called. Mean Streets did, and Cardinals did, PSA Cardinals, and Main Streets did a great job of breaking the press and got a basket.
Bontemps just fires, that's no good, and let's see if the fouls will continue. I can answer that question for you right there, but.
Well, the final score is not going to be indicative of how close a game it was. I know
Correct.
that's a cliche sometimes you hear, but It really was. They got the lead down, cut to 3 or 2 here in this second half, and just couldn't match baskets with them. And Mean Streets is going to win this title, this club championship.
Stay tuned. We'll have the brief trophy and medal presentation to the winners. Mean Streets will make sure that some of the guys that have been lightly used potentially in this game get some run. Really, that Noah Emanuel had 4 points, the quarterfinal win last night. We have not talked about him all that much in this game.
Another one of the Whitney young kids.
Yep. So Uriah Davis getting some run here. Fernandez connects on a 3. Timeout taken by PSA Cardinals.
I was asking Ray to hit that earlier. That's his third 3 of the contest, but he made his first 2 in about the first 4 minutes of the first half.
So as this is kind of the end of the summer circuit, what's next for these young men as you get ready for your upcoming high school seasons, which are obviously still 4 months down the line?
A lot of these young men either have a training program that they will stay adhered to, or they may even go get some more individual instructors, just how basketball has evolved and changed. You know, we've got a young man we're going to talk about in this next coming game that is a 2-sport athlete. We'll save that because he's not on the screen. But that being said, I would think they'd take a little bit of time off. I mean, we are on, what, the 25th of July, and school's got to start for these young men, some of them probably within the next week or 2, depending on what kind of school calendar they're on. Got to touch it.
And Crudup gets the layup.
Second basket for Caden Crudup.
Fernandez fires and misses. No need for any further involvement at this point. Congratulations to Mean Streets out of Chicago. They're going to be your 9th grade club champs for 2024 in the men's division. Handshake's about to be shared at the center of the court. And Thompson tremendous the entire game, especially in half number 2. Same thing for Howard Williams, and really in the second half, Pete, it became a 2-man game between Davion Thompson and Howard Williams.
Yeah, they scored the majority of the points. I'll tell you, Quentin Kitt gave him a great look also. I've got Kitt down for 9 points in the second half, but the 2-man game, as you just mentioned, Thompson and Williams really were effective there in the heart of that second half. They scored 44 points the second half. Mean Streets outscored them 44-32 for this victory after trailing by 2 at half.
So medal presentations taking place as we speak. Trophy presentation will be very soon to follow.
That's Preston Flanders, one of the USA staff, one of the big wigs of the USA staff, passing out medals there. You see him walking in front of our camera.
And Don Showalter awaits with the championship trophy for the young men from Mean Streets as well. And then honestly, there will not be much downtime between game number 1 and game number 2.
Well, if you've been under a rock, you may not know, but flying has been a challenge the last week or so in the United States of America. So I'm sure some of these teams have some flight arrangements they've got to get back to, and probably hopefully take a shower before they take off. But you know, teams from all over the country have played in this club championship, this 9th grade club championship. And there you have it, the Mean Streets team, your gold division boys champions.
So congratulations to Mean Streets. At this point, we will give our crew a brief breather because we are really about 5 minutes away from our next game, the Silver Bracket Championship, featuring New World of Maryland as they take on the Utah Prospects. Back in just a matter of moments as you're watching the Club Championship Men's Division for 9th and 10th grade basketball right here on the USA Basketball YouTube channel. Already one champion has been decided. It's time to recognize the silver bracket champions in the 10th grade division. Two teams battling for that. New World out of Maryland as they take on the Utah Prospects. They are two of the 24 teams that are competing for the 10th grade championship here at the USA Men's Basketball Club Championships. My name is Greg Rakestraw, joined by Pete Smith, and we'll do this for the women's division for 9th and 10th grades coming up on Monday afternoon. Pete, what do you think the differences are we'll see from the 9th graders that we saw compete for the last hour and a half versus the 10th graders coming up here for the next hour and a half?
Well, Greg, they're a little bigger and a little bit stronger, particularly one young man we'll talk about during the broadcast that plays for the Utah Prospects. I think we'll see a little bit more faster play as long as they can. Again, both these teams have played 5 games in the past 2+ days, come into this Silver Division Championship game. But a little bit probably faster tempo, I would think, particularly with the Utah team. New World out of Maryland, they've got some really good athletes. It'd be an interesting contest here.
Starting lineups, Utah Prospects on your screen now. Junior County, Dean Ruckert, Luke West, Logan Hostveit, and Jamin Sondrup. The starting 5 for the Utah Prospects. For New World out of Maryland, Kevin Jackson Jr., Jalen Collingwood, Nico Mundy, Frank Siaka Bay, and Logan Jones. Both these teams 4-1. Both teams went 1-1 in terms of their pool play. So again, this is kind of, once you get to pool play, this is kind of the second place finishers. And they're competing for the championship of this group. It is New World in blue, Utah Prospects in white. And thanks for joining us for our second half of the doubleheader. 8 in uniform for the Utah Prospects, 7 for New World.
2-3 matchup zone by Utah.
And that is Frank Siaka Bay, who just got an offer from Towson in the last couple of weeks that sinks the first basket of the game.
6'8".
And I think growing, frankly.
Yeah. Man-to-man defense by the New World team in the blue.
Good block-to-block layup is good for Dean Ruckert. Ruckert, young man from Provo, Utah. And this Utah Prospects team has a flurry of players that have offers. BYU, UNLV, Cal amongst those that have offered Ruckert so far. Pull from 15, gets the friendly bounce for Jalen Collingwood. Collingwood himself has a handful of offers.
Another storied program these players come from. He's from Bishop McNamara. Very familiar with that name from my 5-star camp days when I worked there.
Baseline jump shot does not go for Junior County. 60-minute halves. Same
shot.
length of a high school game, but just monitored a little bit differently. Basically college rules other than the length of the game. This is Sondrup going to work on Siaka Bay, and Siaka Bay was there at the high point to take it down. Reward the big for running the floor. Siaka Bay with his second field goal.
Yeah, did a great job. Sondrup did not run back on defense very well.
The 24 teams competing in our 10th grade championship. After pool play, and each pool was 8 groups of 3. So you played 2 pool play games, and you got 3 additional games in the rest of the brackets. A guarantee of a 5-game trip in 3 days. Shot clock at 1. Ball has to go up off the rim, and extra possession now for Ruckert.
Long rebound. Longer the shot, longer the rebound.
West sticks the triple. First made 3 for either side in this game. By the way, Luke West at Bingham High School made 81 threes this past season.
Wow. Well, that stroke looked good, no wonder.
Players from Utah, Idaho, and Colorado on this Utah Prospect squad.
Yeah, Prospects now in man-to-man defense after playing zone the first couple possessions, and kind of a cheap foul on Sondrup from the standpoint of wasn't really contesting it too much, just a little bit slow on the hand up. Here's the second. chance point, as I call it, on that three-point basket there by Luke West.
Siakabe connects. He's got 5 of their 7 so far. Juan Wansley, Shatane Porter, two-man coaching crew for New World. Siakabe gets the free throw to go. Brady Bowman, Keone Gonzalez, the coaches for the Utah Prospects. Three-point shot does not go for Ruckert, and Siakabe has been all over the floor in this game so far. On the drive, the runner is up and no good. Sondrup with the rebound.
Five out, pick and roll. Trying to really isolate the post in for him. There's that three-point shooter, Luke West, with his second of the contest to tie the game up at 8.
West with 6 of the 8 points, nearly going for the Utah Prospects. And final game of the week for each of these two teams.
Mouse in the house, mouse in the house. Big size advantage here, but can't take advantage of it. Good job by West battling him.
Pull is no good. That was Jalen Collingwood. Collingwood has an offer from Louisville, amongst other places.
And again, these are sophomores, if you're just joining us. These are the 10th grade games of the Silver Division of the USA Basketball Club Championships. Wow. This New World team switches everything on defense, so that's going to give you chances to have some mismatches.
Good job by Siakabe to get a hand in the passing lane. Turnover by the Prospects. Nearly given right back by New World. Mundy, who has an offer from Syracuse, misses that shot.
Good job by New World playing defense. Now good high-low pass. Nice job. Pass into Sondrup for his first basket of the contest. He did a great job of sealing his man. He took him up the lane, up towards the free throw line, and then when the pass was up to the high post, ducked down, and he had created space for that layup.
Arizona State, BYU amongst those that have offered Sondrup. And Sondrup commits the foul. Sondrup listed at 6'10" and 245.
It's his second foul, too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2 on him.
Siakabe does not get the roll, but a foul going to be called. Ooh. It's going against Ruckert on the loose ball.
Boy, that was a tough call. Both guys kind of had arms flailing around there when the shot went up. They don't quite have the same vision, obviously, as our officials, and they made the call there.
With that, Bryce Mella will check in. Bryce from Orem, Utah. And on the oop, it's Collingwood that will throw it down, and he was putting on a bit of a show in pregame warmups, was he not?
He was a rim rocker, yeah. You could hear the dunks. Even though I was prepping for this game, I could hear it and look up, and he was pretty proud of some of them. He should have been, too.
Ruckert weaves his way through traffic. Spot up 3, no, but there's Ruckert. He won't get the assist. He'll get the basket and rebound instead. His second field goal. Ruckert attends Timpview High School. Siakabe, no.
I like the idea, though. They went right after, into the post then after Sondrup went to the bench with 2 fouls.
3 does not go, and we've called Siakabe's name about every time down the floor.
Been real active, yeah.
Collingwood, 3 with a defender flying by him. Does not hit that one. Junior County, the rebound.
A little faster pace than the 9th grade game.
Ruckert for 3. Third made 3 by the Prospects.
His first. West with the other 2.
He's got 7 to lead all scorers so far. And we have a net that was hung on the rim, hence the momentary delay.
Been a well-played first half so far.
We said the exact same thing about the last game.
Well, that's the quality when you get that's why they're in the championship contest. I mean, they don't make a lot of mistakes. 4-run records, both of them this week. Playing well at the end, obviously, to get to this championship game of the bracket.
Nice move. Good hands, though, to force the turnover.
Yeah, good job by Mella, Bryce Mella on defense.
That was Mundy that couldn't get it to go. 3 by West, yes.
You do not want to leave Luke West open. Woo!
Go West, young man. That could be the offensive philosophy of the Utah prospects. He has half of their 18, all from three-point range. And Siakabe every time down. Got a good look that would not go. Oh. Nice find. Basket won't go, but Logan Jones will get 2 free throws for the effort.
Well, the fouls are starting to mount up for this Utah team already. A lot of free throw attempts already by New World.
Logan Jones, Bethesda, Maryland. Attends the Potomac School. He'll shoot 2. Jeremiah Hammond about to check in for the prospects. They are down a player, are the prospects. And unfortunately, it is a young man I know that Pete was pretty excited about talking about. And that is Kai Wesley. So Kai's on the sideline, but not in uniform. And again, Kai's future may not be in basketball. Kai is one of the most sought-after tight ends in terms of college football recruiting a couple of years from now. There you see Kai, and Florida State amongst those that have offered him in football already. I mean, a 6'8" tight end.
Yeah, really. I know one of our cameramen, Alan Hughes, was really excited to see the young man play because he's heard a lot about him. But Kai from Vineyard in Utah, attends Orem High School. Got 2 kids from Mountain View High School on this Utah prospect squad as you take a look inside the huddle. Again, unfortunately, he can't play in this game, but again, only a sophomore. He's got better days ahead of him here. He's got 1 shoe on. The other shoe, you can see him holding his right ankle there, probably elevating it right there. Just disappointed he can't finish this off.
So free throw coming up.
Second one here for Logan Jones.
Siakabe, by the way, getting a breather now for New World, as Jones scraped some paint off the rim but got it to go.
Yep, New World 4 for 4 early in the contest from the free throw line.
Soji Owinji in the game for the first time for New World. And just 2 players available off the bench for New World. And a foul called against New World. And this goes against Kevin Jackson Jr. Kevin Jackson Jr. will rotate out.
Yeah.
Elliot Hopes replaces him.
One of 2 players from Bowie, Maryland. Another area known for their basketball. Several schools there, really good. Pick and roll at the top. Post is open. Yep, the slide move was there. Good defense there by New Hope.
Hammond for 3 does not go. Shot clock was winding down. Now where does the offense come from with Siakabe? Because again, he had been such the focal point of what they did in the half court. You would think Collingwood might be that answer.
I was going to say the same thing.
It is a wing 3 by Owinji. Soji Owinji first made 3-pointer for New World, and they're back within 3 points. County on the drive, missed it. Had a good look that would not go. Chance to tie it this time down for the team based in Maryland.
As you thought, Collingwood's going to try to take it himself. Can't get to the rim. Transition break coming back. West.
Notice how defenders are flying a bit more to him now. Good take to the basket, just missed it. That was the right play by Hammond, but didn't get rewarded for it.
From Denver, Colorado, Hammond is on this Utah team.
Now, they represent the entire Rocky Mountain
Yeah.
region, does this team. Last touch by New World.
Yeah, really good block out there by Ruckert.
Just kind of taking a look at some of the college coaches checking out this game. Purdue and Old Dominion amongst those that are in the building watching right now. And I'm sure there are more. Shot clock at 15.
5 out.
Long two that does not go.
They better make it. Oh, good look. Right idea. Run down well there.
Mundy with the outlet pass. Owinji, the player that tracks it down. Mundy on the drive, and Ruckert almost blocked it in.
He did.
Good take to the basket by Mella. Just got an offer from Cal State Northridge. Did Bryce Mella his first bucket of the game.
Ironically, I saw one of their assistant coaches and/or head coach here, of the many college coaches that have passed through the doors of the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center these past 3 days.
Runner does not go. Good rebound, though, by New World, and a foul going to be called against
Junior County.
Junior County. For the Utah prospects, Logan Hostveit will check back in. And also Aiden Wanro will check in as well.
Eagle Ridge Academy, Wanro. Commerce City, Colorado. 2 from the mountains.
I believe that's the Denver suburbs, if I have
Yes.
my Colorado geography correct. Mundy knows about the geography above the rim. And then Collingwood gets a steal and is going to get teed up. So back-to-back impressive plays for New World, but unfortunately, the latter will lead to a couple of free throws in the other direction.
Yeah, just got a little rambunctious. Happens. Here we take a look at it. There's the first one there by Mundy. Great drive, little cup drunk there. Then Collinswood at the other end steals it and puts it down also. And then had just a couple words that didn't really need to have. As you see him there, just following him a little bit.
So Hostveit. It's the technical. New World back within 2. Again, this is the silver bracket championship game. Indiana Elite, the winners of the gold bracket. Congratulations to them. Their 17U team was the runners-up in the Adidas event here 2 weeks ago. And who beat them? Utah did in the 17U group.
Well, 5. The delay is just because for a second there it looked like Sondrup was going to come back in for the Utah prospects. Coach Bowman thought twice of it and did not put him back in here with still 5.5 to go almost in the first half.
On the drive to the basket,
Yeah,
foul going to be called.
They got hit in the head, I thought, at least from our angle here. We're kind of in the catbird seat up here.
2 free throws coming up. Wanro, I believe, is playing an age group up. I think he's going to be a high school sophomore next year in the Denver area. And connects. Already he is the 6th different player of 8 in uniform to score for the prospects in this game. Misses the second. And the rebound corralled by Jones. It was an 8-point lead at one point in time for the prospects. And that's going to be a bump on the shot, and Collingwood will get 2 shots.
Yeah, good job by Jalen. Got it in the air and he could feel the contact, make sure he got the shot off to draw the 2-shot foul. 6'6", small forward.
And I realize that having an offer from Louisville is a little bit different maybe than it used to be.
Sure.
I think Pat Kelsey's going to turn that back around quickly down at U of L, but that is still one of the blue blood programs in college basketball. They have offered you, that gets your attention.
Comes back and makes the second.
Collingwood with 7. Siakabe will return next dead ball for New World. He's got 6 points. He's been sitting for a few minutes. 5 out here for the Prospects. Hostveit. Rukert. The rebound corralled by Jones.
Kind of shot on the move there. Wasn't quite set. Didn't step into a shot. It wasn't a catch and shoot situation there.
Chance to tie or take the lead for New World. Shot blocked. And Hammond with the rebound.
Yeah, great help side defense by Hammond. New World saw the mismatch they had inside, and Hammond rotated over and did a great job as a team defender supporting the basket. Clear out here.
Tough turn.
Woo.
Good looking shot for Wanro. Back to a 4-point lead. Owinji, no. And open gym suddenly breaking out here.
Well, at least for the New World team. Yeah, a little quick shots for them. Utah's had a little bit better shot selection, contributing to this 4-point lead they have.
That does not go. Good weak side crash by Rukert, but couldn't track it down. Collingwood got bumped. And that'll be 1 plus the bonus on the 7th team foul committed by the Prospects.
Coach Bowman was nodding his head there. Said, I think that's not a bad foul. I think he's going to get 2 shots. He's going to get a layup or a dunk, probably a rim rattling dunk the way he can jump there. You take a look at the Utah Prospects head coach.
Collingwood earns 1 more. His 8 leads New World. West's 9 on 3-point field goals. Currently lead all scorers.
Did a good job on both those free throws, taking his time, getting squared up to the basket. Set play, high 1-4 set. Pick and roll for the right side. Yep, nice isolation to him. Good job.
Mella off the window.
Yep, as a coach, you can't be more happier than that. It was great execution. Everything went well. They got the ball reversed, a half reversal. Got the defense to stay on the left side, so they gave the right side wide open for the isolation post. Oh, nice steal
by Hammond.
Jumped the passing lane there.
Then a bump against Hopes. Just the 3rd foul against New World, so a couple of fouls to give. Neem Mundy will check back in momentarily. Gonna give Collingwood a breather.
You know, we mentioned it in our first championship game for the 9th grade, but what a great facility. There are 8 courts besides our main arena court that we're playing this championship game on. 7 of the 8 are in use. They've got 1 court closed down to have a college coach's hospitality area and also a nice viewpoint for them to see several games at once. Kind of like a bird's eye view.
Shot clock was at 3.
Yeah.
That had to go up. So a 4 shot for Hostveit that does not go. A chance to inch closer for New World. Siakabe tipped away by Hostveit, and Mella able to track it down.
So Utah's guards are kind of undersized, but they're really battling in there when they get posted up.
They're not undersized in the weight room. They are undersized
right.
from a height standpoint.
Yes, yeah, inches, not pounds.
Utah's offense really has bogged down a little bit
Yeah.
without West and Sondrup in the game.
Yeah, Sandra was off to a pretty good start, picked up 2 fouls in the first 10 minutes.
Ruckert with 1 on the 30. Laid it up and in.
Well, that's a coach's dream when you can get a shot like that at the rim and take up the entire shot clock without a violation. High post screen here, seeing if they can get a mismatch here. It's a clear out for Mundy.
Three in the corner. Not that time. Shot taken a miss by Kevin Jackson Jr., who's yet to break into the scoring column. Mella for 3. No. Everything has been tough. Nothing has frankly come easily for either team offensively.
And Utah really wants to get the ball slowed down. They'd like to have a possession. They had 2 possessions ago. Use the entire shot clock and get a shot at the rim for a layup.
Yeah, they frankly are kind of nursing some foul trouble right now. So Hammond fires and got bailed out. Siakabe the foul. And Jeremiah Hammond, who has yet to score. I don't think that was a great shot, but turns into a fantastic result.
Well,
as he'll shoot 3 free throws.
I'll agree with that. Fantastic opportunity to have fantastic result. If they get 3 points on this possession, it wasn't a very well-executed possession. Got bailed out.
Hammond connects in the first. Hammond plays at Cherry Creek High School outside of Denver. I want to thank Jordan Shue, Alan Hughes, the rest of our crew producing today's event on USA Basketball's YouTube channel. Wanro will check out. West will check back in.
If you're just joining us, Luke West, who just checked in, has 3 3-pointers.
But frankly, he's not played for a while.
No, I looked just a second ago. I said, where is he? Outstanding 3-point shooter.
Hammond makes the first 2 of 3.
As a coach, you hope the other team forgot that he's a good outside shooter and he gets another quick open shot like he's had earlier in the game. Travel.
Siakabe, yep. Mella just pulled the chair.
You know, Siakabe got off to a great start. Then when he sat for a while, it just seems like he's not really as engaged as he was before. That time he was trying to get back engaged. Just a little bit too much leaning to the shoulder and lost his balance there. It's about as large a lead as I can remember, Greg.
It was 18-10. This match is the largest lead of the game.
That's right. It's as large a lead as there is. Oh, nice slide there. Got a blocking foul called.
And it will be a non-shooting foul, just the 5th team foul. So shot clock resets to 20.
Really good play, though. I like that set. He sets a high post screen, and then he stays at the top and makes a basket cut when everyone turns their head when the ball goes that right side of the floor. Nice execution there. Comes our second double screener for West, of course, the best 3-point shooter on the floor for Utah, statistically.
Ruckert, tough shot. Ruckert's got 9, and again, you can see why he has a high level of collegiate attention. Ruckert is 6'7". BYU, Cal, UNLV, amongst those that have offered him already. Pull up from 17 does not go, and Ruckert.
Both guys fouled each other.
His own team.
Yeah, their own team.
Touch last by New World.
Well, they got a break there, I think. Yeah, I thought maybe he was going to see if he needed help from his outside official, but it's going to stay Utah basketball.
So they have a double-digit lead for the first time, and a potential last look of the half.
Oh, this is an awfully good look with him with the ball in his hands.
Ruckert, the runner, got it. Ruckert with 11. And the Utah Prospects enjoy a 12-point lead here at the break. Well, again, this is our silver bracket championship game. Wanted to make sure we had the chance to congratulate our gold bracket championship winners. That would be the young man from Indiana Elite. Congratulations to them. They went undefeated in our event here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. And we're showing you the silver bracket game. And we are now happy to be joined by somebody that our group that produces these events deals with on a regular basis. Andrea Travelstad from USA Basketball joins us now. Andrea, it is always good to see you. How are you?
Guys, we're great. We're rolling through championship day and excited for second half here.
Well, obviously we'll do this all again on Monday for the women's division for the 9th and 10th grade championships. I asked this question of Don in our last game. What's the importance of USA Basketball now being kind of more involved in this space, so to speak, and having kind of an end of a summer circuit championship for 9th and 10th graders?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, a lot of our focus throughout the year is on skill development through camps, coaching development, coach education, but everyone loves games, right? So being in the space in a very organic way and having a tournament that we hold, that we can impart all those standards and guidelines that we preach about and that we try to impart in the space and try to be, setting that standard is incredibly important. Good give back, good way to bring some competition from across the country together and give these teams a unique tournament feel. I think there's a lot of things that are different about this event, so hopefully it's a fun end of the summer event for them.
Let's face it, we're about to start the 2 weeks every 4 years that people kind of have more of an idea about USA Basketball. It's on the forefront of the mind because of the Olympics that are tipping off in just a couple of days in Paris. What has the effort been on that from your office?
Well, it's a historic year for us. We've never had 4 teams going for a gold medal. So we have our 2 5-on-5 teams that have had a lot of great success, as most people are aware of. But, for the first time ever, we have our men's 3x3 team going for that gold medal, and then our women's 3x3 team that played in the inaugural 2020 games and did win the gold. So incredibly impressive effort for our teams to all get qualified and get there, because that's a journey in itself. And obviously our organization, our coaches, our staff, everyone's really eager to get out there and hopefully go 4 for 4.
And Andrea, frankly, the last time you and I were together, the formation of the women's 3x3 team back in April was just taking shape because of the event you had at the Naismith Hall of Fame in Springfield. Unfortunately, an injury kind of, changed the shape of that team, with Cameron Brink suffering a knee injury early in the season with the Los Angeles Sparks. What was that process like to replace her?
Yeah, we have a really great 3x3 selection committee that, had to navigate some challenges. First in naming a team, because we had a very competitive pool, and then had to navigate the challenge of finding a strong alternate. And luckily we had a great option in De'Erica Hamby. Never something that you want to see. Cameron Brink was really integral to getting the United States women qualified, and we wanted to have her out there. But, we are really fortunate that we have a strong pool, and we had someone ready to go, and we'll be ready either way. All
right, that's the focus of the next 2 weeks from kind of a global perspective. Let's get it back to this age group again. The men's action finishes today. The women's action gets going over the course of the weekend. Our cameras are back on Monday for the 9th and 10th grade championships. But for athletes kind of this level, the high school age, maybe going to play college basketball, maybe not. What does USA Basketball do for them?
Well, in this particular tournament, we are hoping to give some kids an opportunity to have that evaluation side. We've got the several D1 coaches that have been here, Division II, Division III, all across the board. We think that this tournament is more than just getting that scholarship, though. Like, there's obviously a big emphasis that we have on the life skills, on the outside of the game prep, on being a great teammate, things of that nature. So ultimately our goal, regardless on the competition level, is for kids to stay in the game and continue playing and have those great experiences, whether they play at the collegiate or the pro level, whether they go on to be coaches or fans or officials, whatever it might be. We're all about keeping people involved in basketball.
By the way, my colleague knows of what she speaks. She played at the Division III level at a phenomenal program at DePaul University, so she knows about those life skills. And with that, that's a great way to wrap up. Again, it's more than basketball. It's very busy with basketball over a 3-day period. But from a life skills standpoint, what are some of the programs that you, your staff, the NCAA, et cetera, tries to impart to these athletes while they're here for this week?
Yeah, the NCAA takes the lead on that side of the academy and does a great job finding some really relevant topics, whether it be recruiting or NILs or dealing with the transfer portal, topics that are real for the game, obviously being eligible to play at the collegiate level. So very transferable things that both the players, the coaches, and the parents, are hearing right from the source on what it takes to get to that next level. So that's equally as beneficial as, of course, the on-court competition.
I think the panelists range today from Andy Katz to Zach Eady's mom, Julia, that we're speaking to athletes here in Rock Hill. Andrea, thank you so much for having us. Thanks for joining us at halftime. Enjoy the second half, and we'll see you on Monday.
Excellent. Thanks, guys.
You got it, Andrea Travelstad again from USA Basketball, kind enough to join us. And again, our production crew that has the joy of doing 2, sometimes 3 events in the course of the year. Our point of contact is Andrea, and we love working with her at every opportunity.
The DePaul Tigers, you mentioned, yeah, nice to always see her when we get these opportunities to be with USA basketball. It's great.
So with that, back to action we go. Prospects enjoy their largest lead at 34-22. Dean Ruckert with 11, Luke West with 9 to pace the Prospects. Collingwood 9, Siaka Bay 6. What has to change in half number 2 for New World, Pete?
Well, they're going to have to stop individual drives because Utah's been doing a great job here late in the game, late in the first half, of getting to the rim. The second part of that, I think, is they can't give up second chance points like that. That was just too easy a putback there by Ruckert.
Ruckert now with 13 at the other end. Shot is good, and that is Nee Mundy. And again, he's got an offer from Syracuse amongst others. He may need to step to the fore here in half number 2 for New World. Ruckert gets downhill, somehow finds West, and knows somehow about it. Basically, when West has shot it, it's gone in. His 4th made 3.
Yeah, he doesn't take a bad shot, and he just lets the game come to him. I mentioned earlier that he got back into the lineup, and he didn't force anything.
Siaka Bay, again, had a great start. Kind of went quiet late. He's got 8. From West's standpoint, because we've referenced a variety of players in terms of where they might be playing in future years. You shoot like that, people will find you. Where do you see the level for West, say, at this juncture of his development?
Well, he still needs to fill out and get stronger, but his release point is really, really good. Definitely can play somewhere at college level, but I think it's too early right now to tell. And as Andrea was talking about, that's part of this evaluation, that they kind of get that, help the athletes get that figured out, where the right proper level for them to enter into college basketball is. As you see, here's a spot up 3 in the weak side. Great find there by Ruckert, too. Ruckert's going to get a foul here, too.
Will commit the foul. And again, I've seen, and Andrea said it as well, Division I, Division II, Division III coaches. We saw a good buddy of ours that won a Division II title at Florida Southern and Link Darner.
We did.
Then had success at Green Bay, and now is back at the Division II level in the Sunshine State Conference at Tampa. Pete and I get a chance to do a lot of small college basketball in the Midwest, and there's a lot of great players that play outside of the Division I level. Ruckert, the rebound. Hostveit.
Good choice by Hostveit, though, pulling that back out. Really good job by Jackson Jr. of getting back on defense there. Kevin, who got a little bit of foul trouble in the first half.
By the way, Hostveit just got his first D1 offer, offered by the Mavericks of UT Arlington. Congratulations to him. Here's West, creates space. Oh my goodness, he missed one. County, the rebound. Junior County gets the bucket, his first. He's played an important role. He's been the distributor more than anything else. And the Prospects keep digging for gold. They lead by 15.
Real Salt Lake City, or Real Salt Lake Academy.
So that's, I have to educate my non-soccer
Yes.
friend. That's Real Salt Lake Academy.
Real.
On the drive,
Sounds
yes.
like a soccer school.
It is,
Oh.
as County got it to go.
He must have known we were talking about him. He wanted to take it to the rim again.
Real
okay.
Salt Lake is now the 20-ish year Major League Soccer club.
Really?
And yes, Reale. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, Reale.
Yeah, you like that. Now, my partner actually has a player that played from in high school basketball that is a very high-end professional soccer player, too. So I've been trying to educate Pete for years on all things footy. 17-point lead for the Prospects.
Yeah,
Hostveit, the step through, and this got his steps wrong, but they're a step quicker, frankly, in every position right now are the Prospects.
Yeah, this pace of play is not what New World needs right now.
At that time, but again, every loose ball goes to Utah.
All the 50-50 balls, all the long rebounds. And, you know, this is without even Sondrum getting any touches yet, the big 6'10 sophomore from Springville.
West, 3, no, he's missed his last 2. And Jones will track it down.
Pretty good 30 to 45 seconds, though, for Utah in the big picture of things. They got 3 really good shots, couldn't make them. When you have the ball, the other team can't score. That's a help. And a turnover, looks like. Yep. Those are tough passes to make when you're dribbling one way and trying to throw across the body. And a timeout, I think it's a great call here by Coach Wansley, Juan Wansley.
It's a timeout for New World. But again, you need like a caffeine injection at this point. I kind of got the feeling the kids from New World, again, it's a 7-man roster. You get the feeling they're a little bit gassed right now.
I would think so, yeah. Look for Jalen Collingwood to start to assert himself a little bit here. He had a great first half. I had him for 9 points. And he really hadn't had a touch here this second half. As you take a look at the Utah bench.
Scoring in the game, Ruckert's got 13. West a dozen. For the prospects, all 8 players that have played have scored in today's game. For New World, 9 for Collingwood, 8 for Siaka Bay. 5 of their 7 that have played have scored at this juncture. Let's point out one thing here. Again, you see the 3 stripes on the outfits for the Utah prospects. So much of high-level summer high school basketball is shoe circuit. This is not a sponsored event. This is open to all comers. You earn your way to get here. But you see teams that play different circuits get together for this event for the club championships. Great seal. Sandra slams it home.
Nice job out of the timeout. A set play, obviously called play by the Utah bench. And that gets Sandra started again. He got an early basket, picked up 2 fouls relatively quick in the contest.
Owinji, a missed 3. Good job I counted to tip that to Sandra Hostveit. Ruckert got fouled. And Ruckert will shoot 2. And Pete, I'm not sure there's an answer for New World in this one.
Not right now, I'll tell you. And you're right. I mean, it may be too late because right now they've just got the momentum and the flow.
Connects on this one. First free throws for Ruckert. He's got a game-high 14 points. Siaka Bay will come back in. As the lead now expands to 20.
Yeah, this lead is expanded due to very good passing by Utah. They've driven the ball well to the basket. When they've sagged in, Luke West has made them pay with 4 3-pointers. They're making their free throws right now. And I'm not sure this Maryland team, known as New World, has enough offense to get going here, sadly.
Jeremiah Hammond had a couple of late free throws. We'll get some run here. This is Elliott Hope, so it'll bring the ball to the front court.
1-2-2 offense, just a straight motion offense. Down screen, screen across.
On the drive, shot altered. And Siaka Bay at 6'8", but going against Sondrup at 6'10". Again, if you got that level of size at 16, look out.
Oh boy, yeah.
Ruckert for 3, yes sir. Well, again, this is a team that has more players than just Utah natives on the squad, but I mentioned the success of their 17-year-old group here in this building 2 weeks ago. They have some talent in the Rocky Mountains.
Boy, one and done every time for New World. No second shots, no outstanding hustle plays.
And Ruckert will shoot 2.
It's not happening for him.
Each of these 2 teams finished second place in their respective pools. That have won their last 2 in bracket play to get to this point. This free throw. Not been a lot of free throws, but most of them have been made so far for the Prospects. Prospects began their tournament by beating Team Thrill 56-50. They lost to JL3 Elite 69-57 in their second game. As Ruckert's now got 19, and what was a 12-point game at halftime has erupted to 25 in less than 6 minutes. Siaka Bay, good turn. He's got 10.
Yeah, nice positive play there. One reversal cleared out that right side for him to play with his back to the basket.
And Towson with a recent offer for Siaka Bay. You get the feeling There's going to be more.
Yeah, Collingwood's trying, but
great footwork.
Yeah,
great footwork by Sondrup. And again, I'll finish that for you. Collingwood's 6'6". Sondrup's got him by 4 inches and about 60 pounds. There's still great footwork involved to make that play happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of banging going on. They did a nice job of playing pretty clean in there, that possession, and Sondrup won the battle. Did a good job, as you said. His footwork was excellent.
This New World team beat the Mountain Stars 71-60 in their second game of the tournament. Lost their opener to Drive Nation, 58-55.
Reverse it. Collingwood wants to clear out with County on him.
Collingwood, tough shot, but got it to go. He's got 11.
It's his first 2 in the second half, though. Really only his second touch on offense.
Good spacing here by the prospects.
Yeah, shot clock is their friend right here for sure.
Sondrup, no, but that kind of day.
What a break, yeah.
Even when you lose the ball, a teammate finds it and puts it up and in. 21 for Ruckert.
Ruckert was moving without the ball. That's what put him in that advantageous position.
We have a mutual friend that is fond of saying the game rewards toughness, right?
Yes.
In fact, my partner has a backpack of that team that said friend works for that is about 15 feet to my right.
Yeah, he's referring to Brad Stevens,
right,
the president of the Boston Celtics. So I had the opportunity to have as an assistant coach 1 year while he was still in the private sector, hold there on Ruckert.
So you might better know him as the general manager of the NBA World Champs.
Yeah. And a pretty darn good coach himself. So he moved
I'd say so. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
He's going to be doing a clinic in Indiana coming up in Batesville, Indiana, for the state of Indiana and high school coaches.
Collingwood, the drive is going to be goaltending. It was off the backboard. So give Collingwood his second field goal to half. He's got 13. Again, the issue this for New World has been it's been Collingwood and Siaka Bay, and that's it.
Right.
Those two have combined for 23 of the 32.
They're going to go to the 1-2-2 full court press now.
Yep.
New World is, just to see if they can force some turnovers into this Utah squad. But Utah's been very, very tight, very good with the basketball. They break that press pretty easily.
Ruckert got it.
You know, when he shot it, I shook my head a little bit. You want the guys to keep playing. I'm not sure that was a great shot, except it was a great shot because it went in, and they broke the press well. They just keep putting the hammer down.
Everything he's got is turning to gold here in the silver bracket. Owinji, Ruckert, a volleyball spike.
You know, I made a reference earlier in the game, Greg, that I probably need to clarify. I said Utah's undersized guards. Well, they're undersized, but they do play very, very strong. They have a second line of defense that supports them there in that situation. And New World's guards just have not really contributed much at all. It's been the two big guys. There's one of them right there. And Collingwood getting his third basket of the half. And then, of course, Siaka Bay, who's been quiet in the second half. He just got 2.
Trap here proved successful by New World. And County's going to be called for a foul after a rare turnover. Well, Collingwood and Mundy are the highest level recruits on this New World team.
Right.
Collingwood has shown the part today. There are certain skills, and again, you and I get to live both in kind of the high school and college basketball worlds. And there are certain skills that you and I get to see that that translates. That mid-range game that Collingwood has, that translates.
Yeah. Yeah, you see it right there. And he's feeling it right now.
In other words, if your team's going to run a set for you, can you go get a bucket?
Right.
That translates.
Yeah, are you going to reward it? Yeah.
and it just happened.
Yeah. Still a 22-point margin, though.
Yeah, New World's found some offense. They have not found much in the way of defense. Got to stop the last time down. Can they repeat that? Well, about 10 or 11 more times. On that case, the answer is no.
Wow. Nope.
Junior County with the basket. He's got a variety of offers, this junior. Collingwood again. Not that time.
No, that was a tough shot. Good job by West on defense, cutting him off, making him take the fadeaway shot.
Houston and Stanford amongst those that have offered counting at this point. Sondrup slams it home. Of course, if County were to go to Stanford, he'd spend a lot of time back down here, now being a part of the ACC.
Oh, nice pass out there by Ruckert.
Ruckert the kick out to Hammond. All systems go for the Utah prospects.
Without seeing them play until today, I think this has got to be their best contest of the 3 days here in Rock Hill.
And this is that without a key piece as well.
Yeah.
Collingwood, yes. Well, it's not going to be a great finale here in Rock Hill for New World, but Collingwood putting on a show in the second half. And a timeout will be taken with 6:38 to play in this game. We did not have a chance to show you the Gold Bracket Championship game with Indiana Elite, but wanted to make sure we reference them as our winners of the 10th grade championship in the Gold Bracket. And Pete and I are based in Indianapolis. We know a lot of the people that are on this screen. The young man, the player that's furthest left is Luke Ertl. He played up this summer on the Indiana Elite squad that were the runners-up in terms of the 3SSB here in this building a couple of weeks earlier. Young man that is holding the championship. He plays at Male High School in Louisville, Cleveland. He hit the game-winning shot from 30 feet in the semifinals for Indiana Elite's three-point win against Game Elite. And a good friend of both of ours at the right side of this, Christoph Kendrick. His dad, Frank, longtime staff member of Gene Cady and Purdue. Played for the Warriors back in the day. Congratulations, Indiana Elite. Another great summer for that AAU program. They were the 10th grade Gold Bracket champions.
Yeah, quick shout out to Mark Adams, their head coach. Longtime Bloomington, Indiana native, and been involved with the program for a long time. Congratulations. Utah just needs some halfway good discipline. Take open shots, but don't rush them. Get back on defense.
Hostveit, not that time.
The other thing, no gravy baskets for New World. They get no transition points. Utah's done a great job in transition. There they even steal the ball on the drive there by Collingwood.
Mella back in. He had a good first half, couple of buckets off the bench. But a turnover there. And frankly, at this point for the Utah prospects, you're looking for 30-second possessions. Yeah. You're running your continuity, trying to shorten the game with a 27-point lead with 6 minutes left to go.
Still want them to take open shots.
Sure.
I mean, you don't want to, but to your point, yeah, you want to use the clock as your sixth man, so to speak.
Pull up three by Mundy does not go. And you made this point earlier. Offensive rebounds have been at a minimum for New World. Ruckert, heat check, quite warm. 27 for Dean Ruckert.
Very impressed with him so far. Wow, not so far. I will be impressed with him as we leave the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center here later.
Collingwood again, not that time. And Ruckert is all over the floor. He's getting touches on both ends.
Oh, heat check.
And Fuego,
wow.
30 for Ruckert. That'll be a young man that you'll be seeing a couple of years from now, playing at a major college level. Siaka Bay, no, but he's there for the putback. He's got a dozen. Another timeout has been taken with 4:59 left to go. Again, Pete and I are back here on Monday afternoon. We'll do this again. 9th and 10th grade women's division championships. We'll be playing here all weekend. And again, this is the kind of the only active event that D1 coaches are allowed to come to this time of the year. This is the tail end of the summer circuit.
And knowing a lot of those coaches like I do in my years of coaching, they're happy that this is the only one they can come to, and they're happy when it's over because it's a long evaluation period overall. It's a long grind season. It's changed so much since a lot of my friends who are still head coaches at the Division I level got into it. It's just that time has changed so much.
There you see Matt Painter, of course, coach of the national runners-up. He has been hanging around the building all afternoon. Brandon Brantley is his big man coach that's on the baseline here watching this game as well.
Also Coach Lusk.
Yep.
And Coach P.J. Thompson, who I coached against in high school. So 4 of the Purdue coaches, which is the limit. All 4 are here that can be here. As the inbounds play, there's a foul called.
Yeah, full court pickup here by New World.
But
foul against Nico Monday.
Excuse me, Greg. It's a grind. It's just a long summer for these coaches that. Now, do they get compensated? Heck yes. Not saying that they don't. I mean, the salaries compared to the old days for coaches have, just like everything else, has really increased, and it's a lot of great incentives, but it is a long summer when you're away from your family that much.
Ruckert again got fouled. He has put it on a show.
Well, very impressive. They're trying to get him points right now, because that was a set play for him to get a look at the top. If not, he had to screen to drive to his right, which is a strong driving hand. And they know he's the hottest guy on the floor right now. So feed your hot guy. You know, a difference in this ball game is Utah has spread out the New World defense because they can hit 3-pointers. New World has 1 3-pointer in the contest. That was early in the, or that was, it was in the first half by Owinji, his only basket of the game.
32 for Ruckert. Kickball. And last this event was held in Memphis.
Memphis Sports Center, very nice facility.
Great facility next to the Liberty Bowl in the old Mid-South Coliseum.
Yep. Very nice facility. This one wins me over, though. This is a beautiful facility.
So there's not as many courts here, but there wasn't an arena setting like this one a year ago.
Right, we called the championship games in the middle of the one side of the facility.
And you and I don't mind being in the middle of the action. We're okay with that. Collingwood on the drive, scores again. He's got 21. He's got literally half the New World points at this juncture.
They're still trying to pick up some full court and half court trapping press, but
Mella fires for 3. Everything going down right now. Bryce Mella was 7.
They've got to be shooting 60% on the game from the field. I mean, they just had great shot selection, great ball movement, have forced very few shots. Meanwhile, New World, a lot of their shots have been contested and a little bit quick, and they haven't got hardly any second chance opportunities, this New World team.
It's just kind of one of those days where everything has gone right for one side, not so much for the other. This was a single-digit game until just before halftime. Prospect stretched to 12, and there has simply not been a response for New World.
No, that's a great way of putting it, Greg. Not been able to respond. No counter punches.
And this is now the 6th one of these games that we have done over the last year and a half. And trust me, nothing has been of this kind of magnitude in terms of a one-sided nature. There's Hostveit. Picked up an offer from UT Arlington in recent days, draws the foul. That should be enough for the 1 plus the bonus for Hostveit. Young men from New World
look a little gassed, don't they?
Well, I'm going to say, being based in Maryland, it is feasible. There's a bus or a van ride coming up for them instead of waiting for a flight. You're within driving range there. That may be a pretty quiet bus ride home if that's the case. Ruckert altered that shot after Hostveit missed the free throw. Ruckert still hustling, saves the ball in bounds. Last touch by the Prospects. It'll be New World basketball.
Well, I would tell you, if people didn't know in the basketball world Dean Ruckert, before this tournament. They
Yep.
will now, because he has really had at least in this game, and he's led his team to this championship win. He had a great tournament.
And again, most of these young men will be high school juniors coming up in the fall and next season.
How about that? Good switch.
Collingwood shot blocked by Ruckert. It does go out of bounds.
Playing both ends. That's the impressive thing.
Sometimes when you put up 32, that gives you a license to kind of clock out defensively. That has not been the case in this game.
I think that's the last we're going to see of him, but good job by both those young men leaving the contest.
More or less his curtain call. Mundy got it.
Well, that's the Monday I was kind of excited to see. Haven't seen very many touches by Nee in the half-court offense this second half.
That'll be a foul. Hostveit will shoot. 1 plus the bonus at the other end. Hostveit from Meridian, Idaho.
You ever been to Idaho?
Briefly. I had an event in Spokane many years ago.
That's in Washington, Greg.
Correct. And literally we drove to Coeur d'Alene just to say we were in Idaho.
Oh,
Had lunch in Coeur d'Alene. Have you been to Idaho, sir?
I have not.
Have you spent much time in Utah, sir?
Never. I've never been to the stadium.
It is a gorgeous place. Now, I actually have more experience. For many years, I would do a game at Southern Utah University in Cedar City. And Utah is beautiful no matter what part of Utah you're in. Southern part, the scenery is a little bit different than the northern half. Think of the Red Rocks kind of era.
Nice hustle.
Hostveit makes one, misses one. Sondrup fires a three. And
I was going to say, those are the softest rims in the state if that goes in.
2, no. The prospect, Sondrup again, will lay it up and in. Collingwood made sure he wasn't dunked on, but Sondrup scores for it. He's now got double figures. He joins West and Ruckert.
Under my breath, I said don't. I was hoping he just wouldn't
don't hurt him,
aggressively try to block the shot and hurt the big man. There you get a good look at the big man I was referring to. Jamin Sondrup.
On the drive, Hostveit, no.
You know, you'd like to take more kids out at the end of a game like this, but you only have 8 dressed with the injury.
Yeah, rarely
Wesley,
do you carry a lineup more than 9 at this level of basketball. Obviously, this one has been over for quite some time. Collingwood maybe has given his last for this one. Make sure you join us Monday afternoon for the Women's Club Championships, 9th and 10th grade edition. There will be some activity that continues here for the rest of the day, but this will be the end of our televised broadcast day. Hostveit for 3, no. You hear the words, play it out.
Yeah, play it out, yep.
As we have hit the open gym portion of today's game.
I could tell you if you would move everyone from the other courts over here, this arena, spectator arena, would be packed. As you just mentioned, games still going on other courts, still other experiences and opportunities for the athletes that have been here these past 3 days in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Not sure Siaka Bay or Jackson will shoot the free throws. Looks like it's going to be Siaka Bay that will do that. What's Jackson Jr.? My apologies. He's yet to score tonight.
Siaka Bay tried to steal it from him, though. I think he went to the line trying to steal it from his teammate.
Well, frankly, there were fouls on 2 different shots. So it was a question of which one got whistled.
First point of the game, I believe, for Jackson.
Correct. Little 1-2-2 trap. Just trying to slow down Utah a little bit. Ostveet will take a shot to avoid the shot clock violation. County slams it down.
It's a side I haven't seen him seen of him. Quick leaper there as he jammed it.
They truly have.
He's a point guard too.
4 or 5 major college players on this team.
Yeah.
That one is up and no good, and shot clock can be turned off at this point. And Sondrup into the front court, but that's just to hold it up here and kind of toss that to the side, thinking the game was going to be over, and now it is. Final score of this one, all Utah, 81-47 over New World. Pete, your final thoughts on our afternoon here in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Oh, been a great game. We had a really good close first one in the Gold Division Championship of the 9th grade tournament. And this one got a little bit out of hand, but that's because Utah played an outstanding game. They got the 50-50 balls. They limited New World to two three-point field goals the entire game, and they defended well.
So again, congratulations to the guys from Utah. There will be a quick medal ceremony and trophy presentation to them.
It's Don Showalter with the medals, presenting the medals to the winning prospects from Utah. You had an interview with Don during halftime of the Gold Division Championship of the 9th grade.
Ruckert, 32 points to lead the way for the Utah prospects. Luke West with 12. Jamin Sondrup would finish with 10. Junior County would have 8. All of those coming in the second half of today's game.
Yeah, really picked up the second half.
Pete, a pleasure. Let's do this again on Monday, shall we?
I'm ready.
All right, that'll be the women's championship for both 9th and 10th grade. We certainly hope you can join us then. That'll do it for our broadcast day in Rock Hill, South Carolina. For Pete Smith and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. Thanks for joining us as you're watching on USA Basketball's YouTube channel. Utah Prospects, your 10th grade silver bracket champions.